I think, one thing that we do have to kind of, I guess, be aware of is that there are these cycles that you have to be ready for and that are coming that seem inevitable, and you should be prepared for as a software engineer that these are skill sets that are going to be in demand within the next few years. I think right before the AI cycle, though, was the whole crypto and blockchain phase that seems to just kind of now be pushed to the back burner in at least in the mainstream kind of media about what is the future of technology. Is it fair to say that if someone jumped on the kind of blockchain and crypto focus that they picked the wrong horse? Or like, what are your thoughts there? Because that was also, it would seem, at least some people might have seen inevitable as like the future of technology.
It's just a great question. I think I wanted to kind of emphasize one point. While people should recognize the fear that they really have right now, that the transition is really happening to be in a very big wave right now. But they should also understand that there is a lot of really hype and there is a lot of noise. And it'll be like very hard anybody says this is what is going to be the world in the next 3, 4 years, that it is not going to be possible. They may be pretty much lying. So you should really keep that in a grain of salt. Like, what you may be really thinking it is a cycle that is going to pay off. It may not really pay off that big in reality part of it. I think the question that they're really asking, like, as you said, like a few years back, people really went for blockchain. And before that, this happened to be big data. And before that, this happened to be like a CDCI. Before that, this really happened to be like, cloud. I can really name anything. So every kind of really shift, it is really offered its benefit, but it's also really have its own limitations, part of it, right? So people should really be able to recognize that. But I think for people in the early part of their career, I think they should not be worried about it, right? Because anything that you do, whether it is a big data or blockchain, there is a transferable skills that you are learning. So partly is technology, partly business problem that you're trying to solve, and partly the approach in which you're taking to kind of really solve. But you'll be like gaining a lot of expertise and experiences, even on the cases where things are not working out. And it is going to be much easier for somebody to transition from a blockchain kind of like experience to kind of like AI and kind of ML just by looking at the transferable skills of what they learned than somebody starting new. So I won't be like too super kind of like worried about where we start. And especially for people like in the early part of their career. If people happen to be in tail end of the career, what they're betting on is more important. They need to be selected because they have a very lesser runway. But people coming in very early on, I think it doesn't matter. Find what is kind of relevant to today's market and what is relevant in today's time and really gain experiences and be open-minded and pick both the very specific experiences for AI ML and also like transferable skills. So you also like learn communications and how to really like look at hypothesis, business problems, and so many things that you'll be learning. That is 50% or more that you can really transfer to the next kind of leadership.
If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering managers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell.